terms of the process that's going on here. Maybe I like this one a little better. It's not quite as lengthy. And so you have the apical meristem, and then you're going to subdivide as the tissues start to specialize. You've got the procambium, the ground meristem, and the protoderm. Yes? This is the very beginning. Here's another view of the same thing. So we talked about right at the very top, that would be the meristem, and then they're going to specialize into ground, dermal, and vascular tissues. And so as you're looking at this, now this one looks a little bit goofy compared to the species we were looking at in lab, where this meristem is a bit longer. But the basic concepts are that right at the top, right at the tip, you have that region of cell division, and then they're going to begin to specialize. And you got ground meristem, procambium as the lines, and then the very edge is the protoderm. So you've got cells that are actively dividing, and then they're going to make that first step in specialization. A lot of them are going to become ground tissue. Some of them are going to become vascular tissue, and then the edges are going to become dermal tissue. You guys following me? So take a look. I got my lab manual. Take a look. This is the very first thing we started looking at. Stems pick up on 47.
52.
So 52. And so you label this AM for apical meristem, GM for ground meristem, procambium for the lines, and protoderms for the edge. You guys with me? Am I making sense yet?
Wait, repeat that.
Procambium. Vascular cambium secondary growth. So that was one of the things that I probably flip-flopped that back and forth like 27 times, and you can hold that against me for the rest of your natural lives. Vascular cambium, secondary growth. Procambium, primary growth.
Redo that before you're in this.
Okay, so this is a bit longer than the view you've got on 52. The apical meristem is here, and then you get that differentiation between vascular, ground, and epidermal. And so your ground meristem will be somewhere here. You can always tell the procambium because of the lines, and then the edge of the protoderm. What is your... Yeah, take a look at your study guide. You've got apical meristem, protoderm, procambium. Not vascular. Vascular secondary growth. So I flip-flop those, and if you flip-flop those, you can just, hold that against me. Because that's yeah, secondary growth. It's so unfortunate. But the thing is, just focus on the word cambium. Okay? I'm not going to mix and match them in the same. You'll either be looking at this, and your choice will be procambium.
Okay, so you're not going to have both primary
No,
and...
I'm not going to do that to you.
What were you saying about the non-vascular? Or...
You have ground meristem.
Okay.
So if you think about it generally, the cells divide and then they make a choice. Dermal, ground, or vascular. And so towards the top, apical meristem. Now this one's a bit longer and kind of weird looking compared to the view you have on 52. Ground meristem. You can always tell the procambium because of the lines, and then the protoderm is the edge where the dermal tissues are. Kosher?
It just confused me when you said, did you say non-vascular, or did I just misunderstand? Because in my notes it says vascular on strips.
I know, mine says vascular cambium.
It's vascular tissue, but it's the procambium. Did I say vascular cambium or procambium?
Vascular. We all have vascular.
That's my fault. I do that, and I apologize. I often flip-flop those two. Procambium is the primary tissue, so this should be. You should label this as procambium. I do that, and bad biologist.
For whatever's going vertically, just let it say
Okay, you guys with me? I hate when I do that. Because I did it when we were doing secondary growth in lecture. I do that, that's just mentally, I go pro, I go vascular, I throw the words. Because it's vascular tissue, procambium gives you primary. It's vascular cambium gives you secondary. So that's me, and you can hold that against me. And if that's something that I totally screw you up on the test, I'll catch it in item analysis, I promise you. I won't hold that against you. Okay,
What's the edge called?
protoderm. Kosher?
Kosher, thank you.
Okay. Now you've got a couple of different views of this. Now you're a little bit closer. You can see the apical meristem. You can see the ground meristem. You can't really see, we can see a little bit of the protoderm on this edge, but that's a little crazy, a little washed out. You can't see the procambium, which would be the stripes. What would this little nodule in the corners be? Axillary buds? No, that's nitpicking. Where you'd expect them to be little bumps. No, I'm just picking. I'm just kind of tweaking your brain a little bit. Same thing but different. I don't like that at all. Woohoo! All right. So, tell me, which of the following? Is this a herbaceous dicot? A herbaceous monocot? A woody gymnosperm? Or a woody dicot? Okay, now, here's the thing. You want to pick this up because it's important. Talking about primary versus secondary. You're going to see a lot of these. You're going to see these choices on stems because you're going to see all of the above. You're going to see all of the above. So be sure and don't let the, so herbaceous, you should be thinking green. It's green, it's primary. So this is a herbaceous monocot. Now some of you are going, well, we don't have a woody monocot. Exactly. So the monkey faces give it away, yes?
Yes.
So each individual, what are these monkey faces technically called? Vascular bundles. What does that make? This tissue that's in between? Parenchyma. And here at the edge, epidermis. And notice the epidermis is a few layers thick because you have some vascular bundles that are close to the edge. So your epidermis is going to be a little bit thickened to make sure that you don't. The open circles, the eyes and the mouth.
Monkey.
Xylem. Brain.
She's a monkey.
Brain is phloem. The very edge and a little bit of the ball cap, if you will. Sclerenchyma. You guys with me on tissues? Okay, so you do have some tissues here. The xylem, the phloem, and the sclerenchyma forming the edge. You guys with me? Okay, more of the same. Notice that the vascular bundles are randomly placed. You don't have a pith. That's one of your tells that this is a monocot because you have vascular bundles scattered randomly. Then you get up close and personal. Yes. All right, and the point of this, and this one's a little washed out and a little fuzzy, the point of this is just to remind you that as you're further out, you don't have a pith. You don't have an organized central bit of parenchyma, which is a dicot. You guys with me? Now, up close and personal, now you can definitely see. Yes?
Yes.
Xylem, parenchyma, phloem. Now notice you can see the two cell types in the phloem. Can you see them?
Yes.
Okay, so the large cells
Sieve tube,
sieve tubes, and little itty bitty cells in the corner,
companion cells.
companion cells, and that would be nitpicky, but you have two cell types here.